Hey, welcome to this fourth video of the beginning of tips for PowerPoint, right? So I already did all the simple presentation tips. We talked about shapes, great feature. We talked about animations and transitions. I hope you like that because that's a lot of fun. Everything's moving around. And we also are now talking about pictures. A lot of people use pictures, and many things aren't clear to how to do with pictures. I think a lot of people have pictures in their big files, and they put them in their PowerPoints, and their PowerPoints are heavy. Some people resize pictures wrong. So there's a lot of picture rules that will make you a better presenter if you know how to deal with pictures. So let's get to PowerPoint and check a little bit of this out here. Oh yeah, before I get to PowerPoint, remember that these files that I'm using are accessible to you. You just go on JAMESWDH.com/finance and you'll find the files and the pictures and all of the tools that I've used to be able to create what I'm creating. So hopefully you can follow with me as we do all of this. So I'm just going to go in my PowerPoint and we're going to talk one sec about shapes here. About pictures, sorry, not shapes. And here I am inside of my pictures. You can see I've got some fun pictures back here and some fun things. And I want you to know that the PowerPoint does all these things. It resizes, it crops, it adjusts, it gives you can give it a style, you can rotate it, you can group it, you can save it as a picture, you can combine it, and you can arrange it. This gives you so much power inside of PowerPoint to do all of these. So let's go try to figure out how to use pictures inside of PowerPoint a little bit, right? It shouldn't be too hard. I'm going to leave my PowerPoint, and I'm going to do like I did with the other times, where I'm going to insert a blank slide. Well, yeah, why not? A blank slide. And in this one, I'm going to hit Insert Picture. And I'm going to go find a picture. Now, if you downloaded the training files, you can go on training files and you can go in the PowerPoint folder. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose this picture here, right? If you look at this picture, right, this is a really good picture. It's me, my friends, and Mike Morhaime, the CEO of Blizzard Entertainment, not anybody, the guy who makes all the games we love to play. So this is a picture I really love. And if I were to edit it and change it, there's a lot of things I might want to do, right? First of all, I might not want to have all my friends in the picture. I just want to have me and Mike here. So how am I going to crop that? How am I going to cut it, right? It's called cropping, and it's over here on top. So if I hit crop, the controls change from being these white resize dots that let you resize your picture, right, to these black control points. Right? And these black control points, if you click and hold them, they let you cut part of your picture. Right? So that you don't have to have all of it. Maybe I'm not too proud of my pink shorts here, so I'm going to cut them off. And I'm going to cut this side out, you see. And I'm keeping less and less of this picture. Right? And ultimately now, I'm done to keeping only this chunk. And since it's such a great quality picture, look at this, right? I can increase its size and put it right there. But if you would go in your File Explorer and you go into Training Files here, right, and you go in PowerPoint, you'll notice that this picture, if I go in my details, this is a bit difficult to do here, but if I go in my details, where is it? View, Details. You can see here that this picture that we chose is 7 or 6,000 kilobytes, which is gigantic, right? 6,000 kilobytes for a picture is huge. But you'll notice what I do now is I take this picture and I'm going to go under Format, and I'm going to use this button that you can't really see, but it's the compression button. And you click it, and it's going to ask you some questions, and you can say that you wanted web quality, you wanted to apply this picture, and you wanted to delete the cropped area. So I'm cool with all this. I hit web to put this resolution because I think it's really good, and I hit OK. And then now, the picture's been compressed. You saw nothing happen. Why? Because nothing happened, right? It got compressed. It didn't get changed or anything. But now I can go right-click, and I can go Save As Picture. And if I save it as a picture, I can save it with my other pictures here in my training files in PowerPoint. And I can call it, I don't know, me and Mike, right? And I hit Enter. So now if I go back to my File Explorer, you'll notice I've got me and Mike here, and it's 149 kilobytes. And my other picture, which was one of these, was 7,000. So I saved, by compressing it and putting it into PowerPoint, a very big chunk of size. So my PowerPoint doesn't feel as heavy if I send it by email because I was successful at compressing my pictures. A lot of people forget to do that and end up sending like these huge PowerPoint presentations that can't even be received in an email. And then they say, oh, I'm just going to remove pictures. Don't remove your pictures. Compress them so you can keep all of them, right? And that works out great. You have to know that you also have correction options, as I'm talking about, right? If you think like if there's not enough brightness in your picture, you can go crazy and go super bright, right? Naturally, this picture was well adjusted because the photographer, did a good job. But as you see here, we've got different, styles and different corrections. Ultimately, if you think you did a mistake, you can press this reset picture button and it's going to reset it back to what it did. And this makes it look quite nice. But I came out with a new idea, and I wanted to make myself a fancy tattoo here on the arm, right? And this idea of making a tattoo of mine was interesting, but I'm not going to go to the tattoo artist and do it. So maybe there's a way for me to add a tattoo to my arm without actually having to go to the tattoo artist. And normally you'd have to go to Photoshop to do this type of stuff, but PowerPoint now has a bunch of really neat options. So here I'm going to go inside of Insert Pictures, and I'm going to find a picture which is like this helmet, right? And this is a character in one of the Overwatch games called Pharah, right? And here I have Pharah, and what I'm going to do is I'd like to take this Pharah and like put it as a tattoo on my arm, but it seems like a difficult challenge. And if I reduce it like this and I put it on, it's not going to look like a tattoo at all. So there's a new feature in PowerPoint that they've added in 2016 called Remove Background. And this feature, to me, is one of the most mind-blowing features ever to be invented for PowerPoint. Because before you have to select, and it's very difficult to use this inside of like Photoshop, but this might make my computer slow down a bit, but let's see what it does. So I'm going to click Remove Background. As I do this, right, you'll notice that your top part changes. It's not all the same tabs. It goes all purple. The purple is to say that what's purple is not going to be kept. And what you have to do is you have to adjust the controls around it so that and by the way, this is going to be difficult for my computer to do because it requires quite a bit of processing, right? And you'll notice that it's going to slow down. That's okay. It happens, right? And you see that it's not understanding too well what it has to pick. So I'm going to keep resizing it until it fits. On your computer, it's going to go much faster. Don't worry, right? It's just because I'm trying to stream this at the same time, so it demands a lot of power to my computer. Look at that. Wasn't this great? So I have most of the white out, and I've kept only of the black. But if you want, you can click Mark Areas to remove, and you can just draw like a line on it, and it will remove the thing that you drew. So now it's still thinking, but you see it removed it. It's not white anymore here. So once you're happy with what you've done, you hit Keep Changes, and check this out. I have now separated the background from this picture. I can crop it, right? And make sure that I don't have any extra areas. I can finish it. I can resize it to be a bit smaller, right? And I can try to tattoo it on my arm just like this. And as you see, I successfully made a tattoo of Pharah on my arm. Maybe I want to put it somewhere like this. And if I wanted to save this, I could just click this one and click this one, save it, and hit Save As Picture. And I'm going to save it as over the Me and Mike file here, right? And I'm going to hit Save, and I hit Yes. And now you'll notice that I can go here and just open my Me and Mike picture, and it takes a second here. And look at this. You can see my tattoo, right, on the picture right over here, like if I designed it. And this is something that's very impressive that I did it straight in PowerPoint, because this is some very serious Photoshop features. And this is what you can do with pictures. You can do all these great things and combine and do so many fun looking, great things. And I hope that you like this little part about pictures, and I hope that you're going to have the time to fix it. I don't know where I put my white marker, so I'm just going to do it in red, because pictures are fancy anyway, right? And I really liked it. So let's give it a heart, because hopefully you're going to like this too, right? And you're going to take the time to take your pictures. If I can give you some quick tips for your personal life, think about it. You take a bunch of pictures, right? They're all big from your camera because it takes high quality pictures, and you'd like to send them by email. Normally, you'd have to download a thing, or you have no idea how to do it. But if you've got PowerPoint installed on your computer, you just dump all the pictures in your PowerPoint, you compress all of them by selecting all of them, and you'll be able to make all of your pictures quickly, and you'll be able to compress them so that they take less size, and then you can upload them to the internet or share them in an email without it being the heaviest file ever. I hope this helps out, and I hope the nice PowerPoint features that are there, you like them and you're going to start using them. You let me know if you've got any extra questions. I like how PowerPoint deals with pictures, but now we're done with the simple aspects of PowerPoint, and we're going to go and talk about some presentation tips.